Hi guys, my name is Annie. I hope you all have a great day so far. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm doing DIY sewing. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to see new video every Saturday. In video today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to sew a casual jacket with full lining, 2 pockets at the front, the cuff, and handbag. A handbag is on the bottom of jacket. I will take you through step by step to finish it. Okay, let's get started. I'm using a kind of corduroy fabric in brown. Corduroy can be used to make everything, from clothes to hats, upholstery, and more. I picked up this fabric because I love the texture of it, and another reason is I still don't have a corduroy in my wardrobe. For the lining part, I'm using a kind of cotton fabric with check button on it in yellow and brown. Like always, I already made the button here because I don't want to make this video is too long, but the measurements are very detailed and clear. From the front side, I just tried to create the back side without the button line part. Then divide it into 2 parts like this. And here is the handbag button at the right side. At the left side will be fixed with the bottom. From the measurement of the armhole, I create the sleeve. I'll make a placket, 2 pleated, and a cup. From the measurement of front and back neckline, I create a collar. I'll divide it into 2 parts. And here the pocket and flap a pocket. Okay, let's cut our fabric. For the lining part, I'll use corduroy for facing and cotton fabric for lining. I'm starting with the pockets. Fold the top of the pocket to the wrong side and stitching them in place. And I'm going to place 2 panels of flap with right side together and sew it around, except the top. Next, cut the excess of fabric and turn the right side out. Then, stitching around on top. Now, I'm gonna pin the pocket onto the right position that I want and stitch it. Next, place the flap right above the pocket and sew in them together. For the back side, I'm gonna connect two panels together by sewing machine. Next, keep the seam open and stitching on both sides of the seam. Then, I'm going to connect front side and back side together at the shoulder and both sides. Firstly, from the inner side, go out 5 cm and mark it there. And from this point, go up 12 cm, draw a straight line. And also from that point, go out 2.5 cm to making the pleat. Then, cut off the straight line. And fold fabric and stitching at the end to making the pleat. Actually, I wanna make 2 pleats, but I forgot and I added one more after that. Now, sew in the inner side together. It's time to connect the sleeve into the armhole. For the lining part, I'm starting connect facing and lining together. Then, connect front and back side together at the shoulder and both sides. For the sleeve lining, I just doing that like the main part. And now, sew in the sleeve into the arm. Next step, I'm going to line up the bottom line of main part and lining part with the right side together and stitch it. Then, I'm going to put the sleeve of the lining part into the main part and continue to stitching on top of the bottom line part. Moving on to the collar, I'm going to press the interfacing on the main collar and around the edge of fabric on the subsidiary collar. Now, I'm gonna connect part 2 and 1 together. Then, using my finger to open the seam allowance up and stitching on both sides of the seam. Next step, I'm going to plait 2 panels with the right side and sew them together from here to here. Then, cut the excess fabric and turn the right side out. And stitching on top of it. When I got the collar like this, I'm going to connect it to the bodice of jacket. I'm starting with the main bodice and the subsidiary collar. And then, just doing that onto the main collar and the lining bodice. For the opening part here, I just close it up by sewing machine. Then, stitching on top right below the collar. To making the hemband, I'm starting connect right panel, back panel and left panel together. Doing the same with the main hemband and subsidiary hemband. Now, I'm going to plait 2 pieces on each other with the right side and stitching them together, except the position matching with the bottom of jacket. Then, cut the excess fabric, turn the right side out and press it. Before connect the hemband into the bottom of jacket, I already stitched the bottom of main fabric and lining to keep it in place. Now, I'm gonna stitch in the subsidiary hemband to the bottom on the wrong side. Next, I'm gonna turn the right side out and stitching on the main hemband and the bottom. I'm going to stitching around the hemband. I'm doing that onto the cup of sleeve. For the end of the sleeve, I also stitch the main fabric and lining in place. Next, I'm using Placket tape to cover the raw fabric and the Placket. Then, fold it in half and stitch in a little triangle at this point. Now, I just connect the cup into the end of the sleeve like the handbag. Lastly, I'm going to print the jacket to the sewing accessory shop to make the buttonholes, and then stitch in the button onto the jacket by my hand to finish. And here's the final look. I'm happy with it turned out. I love my new jacket. Hope you like it and enjoy my sewing tutorial. And see you next day. Bye!